All right, Kyle. You got two heavyweights kind of coming in that match right there, you and Frankie. I mean, talk about the mindset going into that match.
It had to be very locked in. You know, Frankie's had an unbelievable year. He's a 3-time major champion. I think he's probably one of the best bowlers on tour, and he can do just about anything with the ball. So, you know, I knew I had to be locked in as much as possible, really focusing on my game, how I was going to play the lanes, and just really not worry about his game at all, and just try and out-bowl him. And that's what I told myself at the beginning of the match was I was going to out-bowl Frankie, and I was going to win the match. It was a lot of self-talk leading up to that match.
Exactly. So, I mean, going into it, I mean, as the first game was going on, I mean, it seemed like Frankie was starting to have a little bit of advantage off the start. Well, what was the shift there going through that first game?
Yeah, I mean, the second frame, that was probably the worst shot I've thrown this year on television, but, you know, so that gave him a little head start. But other than that, I mean, I felt like we were pretty close. His ball reaction was definitely a little bit better than mine at the beginning. The right lane, my ball was striking, but not very much. So I knew that I had to get out of that ball very quickly when I missed in the 8th. I knew that ball was done. I believe I even did the cutthroat sign, you know, so we had to make the ball change to finish the game. He opened the door for me in the 9th with that 210. You know, I expected him to make it though, you know, and because he's such a great spare shooter as well. But, you know, I made the ball change, committed to it, and was able to throw the double to win the first game, and that was what I really wanted to do because I figured Frankie would probably go through some transition game 2, and if I was to get into the UC2, I knew that it was pretty much going to be match over from there, and it's kind of why I got a little pumped up and let him know that he didn't want that.
Yeah, transition just seems to be the big deal here in the playoffs. It seems like those transitions, even from game to game, it's like, you know, it's just both on a pair, but it just seems like the transition happens so fast.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, because especially me and Frankie's match, you know, we played the lanes fairly similar. I feel like for the most part, it was just a few boards right of me at the beginning of the match, and then we played pretty much the same part of the lane the second game. So, you know, the TV lights, the lanes break down pretty quick when we're on TV. So, you know, you have to stay on top of your moves, really pay attention to your ball reaction and how it's reacting on the lane.
And how's it feel to move on? I mean, going to the finals here against Sam Cooley now, so how do you feel?
It feels great. You know, I came for the belt. I told Guppy wants the belt. He's a big WWE fan, so I told him he can have the belt. I'll take the money. You know, and I get a little World Cup rematch with Sam Cooley. He rolled me up pretty good the last time we bowled each other, so maybe a little bit of revenge factor here in the finals as well. Well, the only thing I remember, I led the tournament by about 500 pins, and then when we bowled in the finals, he bowled 260, I had 2-0. I mean, he pretty much just mopped the floor with me and made me look silly, but, you know, hats off to him. He bowled incredible there, but, you know, I've never forgotten that match, and it feels good to hopefully get a little bit of revenge on the big TV.
Awesome. Well, congrats moving on, and best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.